Hello and welcome to BusyWorksBeats.com. With me today, I have a fellow collaborator. Me and Leo gonna be making some music today. I have no idea how this is gonna turn out, or if it's even worth a YouTube video. But today we're gonna make a beat collab. He has a mic, and he's just gonna do crazy stuff, play piano with his feet. So we're gonna see what this beat turns out to be. I'm gonna give him instruction, and then we're gonna flip. All right, hold your horses. All right, I'm gonna give you a click. You ready? When I give you a click, then you hold. You gotta wait for the click. Okay, wait for the click. Ready? Hold on. And go. Go. Sing already. So you gotta sing to the beat.
Beat up, beat up, beat
Say I love you.
I love you.
Say I love you.
I love you.
Say I love you guys.
I love you.
Say you stink.
You stink.
Say it again.
You stink.
You stink. Say it with passion.
Dada.
Say Daddy.
Daddy Puss.
What? What you call me?
Daddy Puss.
What? Daddy Puss? What? All right, so now we're gonna flip his recordings and see what we could get out of it. So he did some cool lines here and there. The little "I love you" chant will be that'll be our vocal tag.
I love you.
That's fire right there. So we're gonna take that.
I love you.
You silly head. This is funny. Collabing is a whole different thing, by the way. Oh, we got the MPC, but I don't know how to plug it up. I have all these plugs in my computer. So let's click here. We're gonna make unique a sample. We're gonna double click, hit Control L, send it, use this as a vocal tag. First, we're gonna normalize it because it's quiet. We're gonna turn it down.
I love you.
And let's add a little finesse.
I love you.
Don't you? I know you do. We're gonna add a little delay to it.
I love you.
Just keep it that basic, simple delay, nothing crazy. All right, now we're gonna. I'm gonna let him play piano too, so hold on, but we're gonna let you play piano. Just give me a sec. So I'm gonna repeat this little. Why is that so fire? Hold on, listen, Leo, listen. All right, we gotta make a beat around it. So he was singing F sharp to B. Funny enough, he did a fifth, a perfect fifth. I feel like this is about to be the hardest Pharrell type beat, yo. We hear you. I'm gonna keep his mic recording just in case he says something funny. But all right, so yeah, we're gonna record in B flat into the sharp B flat, and then into B. I said F sharp. I meant to say F sharp. Oh, you're messing up my piano. Go ahead, keep going. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, we're gonna flip this. This is about to be a crazy banger, Leo. Hold your hand. What's that? We got the beat. Let's go. We got to do boom, boom, boom. Let's figure out. Yeah. This is hard, right? I forgot the bass. Wait. Boom, boom, boom. Let me record this in. Hard, right? It's hard, right? Hold on. Boom, boom, boom. Let me record this in real quick. Hey, 4. I forgot the thing I wanted. Boom, boom, boom. Oh, now he's saying cool stuff, and now I'm not recording. Hold on. You want to do it again, bud? Hold on. Do that da 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 thing again. Hold on. 1, 2, 3. Go ahead. I'm gonna let him record some random textures in from the Prophet. Oh wait. All right. Ready? Hold on. Ready? Go. I just turned into a banger though. All right. Let me see. Oh, there. Careful with that, bud. Alright, let's see if we can flip this into a texture. Let me mute his Prophet because he's playing on that. Why is this hard? I've been business hanging cheese. I got that. This reminds me of Big Pimpin'. Big Pimpin', slang. Let's get this bass line in. Play yours, I'll play mine. Hold on, I'm gonna let him play his. He's gonna be out of key like a mug. Let's see what kind of bass we rock with this. I feel like we need a quick bass, like boom, 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 something like that. Let's figure out why this thing is so quiet. Alright, let's record this in. Ready? Let's do that. 2, 3. I don't know if that's the bass for this track. I don't think that bass fits. It's too sustained. One of these is. Let me turn that I Love You down. Where you at? You okay? Wanna talk to the camera? Hold on, let me let him talk to the camera. He looks like he's lost. How you feel about this track so far? Are you pooping? Tell me what's happening. You like it? Let's keep building them on the beat. Let's go. All right, we're halfway in, you guys. Almost there. We gotta get the good bass. We gotta figure out a good bass. Let's try the chord Kronos for bass, maybe. Boom. Boom. Hard, right? He's even shocked. He's like, whoa, we did this? like this laid back? Kind of like that laid back kind of big pimping. Oh, I messed the down. I missed the downbeat. Let me try. So 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. So that's the bass I want for now. I don't know, I might redo the piano. I might redo the piano. Do something different. Yeah, now it's more laid back. Want to record? All right, go ahead. Ready? Hold on. This is hard. Hold on, let me let him record a little bit more. You ready? The mic? Where's the mic? You want to record? Ready? So I'm trying to find a sound that like reminds me of Pharrell and the Neptunes. We're playing B minor. So that sound reminds me of Pharrell. Let's record this in. This is the Prophet 08 playing like an organ type sound. I messed up the ending. Darn it. I gotta re-record that again.
No.
Over here, bud. Where you going? We need your genius recording. Hard. Hey, y'all will get the project files too, by the way. Come on, we gotta finish this beat. You getting tired? Huh? Okay, make sure you're careful over that way. Here we go. We didn't even got the drums yet. He even did ad-libs. This is hard. It's not plugged up. You gotta be careful, that headphones wire cable. It's trapped over there. You wanna do the acoustic guitar? You want the acoustic guitar? I might do some acoustic guitar. Oh, I might. Let me help. Alright, I'm gonna have Leah hold the microphone as I record acoustic guitar. A little stuff in here.
No.
saw the mic. He didn't know how to hold the mic still. He's moving around.
No.
No. Hold on. Alright, let's see if man, the thing about recording, it records everything. So let's see what we can find in there. I don't even know which is which. So he said a couple cool things. I'm gonna mute them though. But he said a couple cool things. I think that was the mic drop, literally the mic drop over here. So let me, so much stuff to cut out of here. All right. You like this song so far? Wanna play the Moog? Okay, hold on. He wants to play the Moog, you guys. Hold on, but the fact that he was like right on beat is crazy. All right, ready? Go ahead, play. I don't know why the Moog does this. It's weird. Like sometimes it connects, sometimes it doesn't. I don't know why the Moog's stripping today. It just works. Some days it works, some days it doesn't. It's just random. Alright, so now we gotta figure out how to finish this beat. So I like this thing my son did, but I'm gonna do it like stereo so that it's not eating up the whole. You making that beat? Let's turn it down. This really sounds like a tribal chant or something like that. This is crazy. So here's a little trick. We can have stereo. What in the heck? Careful, bro. Oh, why that doesn't work, but now it works. The fact that he did these. Alright, let me mute his mic because he's dropping it everywhere. Alright, so I have some drums in here. Let's finish this idea. 1, 2. Alright, 1, 2, 3, let's go. Hold on, bud. You gotta pee? I don't know if a clap's gonna work on this one. I kinda like this now. We gotta either use, this is definitely a Neptunes type track. You have to pee? Go to the bathroom, bud. Alright, he's going to the bathroom break. He can handle it. Alright, we're back from the bathroom break. Alright, back to this beat though, this banger. I'm gonna record the snare by hand because I wanted to have that like Pharrell early timing. Oh, I forgot my keyboard's plugged up. Hold on, you guys. All right, my son wanted to play with the MPC sample, so I'm gonna let him play with that. Now we could technically record it into the microphone from the MPC sample if we come up with ideas on there. It'd be dope to do drums on there, but I don't know the inner workings of how to get stuff out quickly, so I don't have time to be figuring that out. Let's record the snare. 2, 3, 4. So I'm rapping around the music. I'm not like going to the metronome. It's recorded. I don't know if that snare is gonna work for this though. Let me mute this mic. He's being loud. Hold on. Alright, so I had to record like kind of delayed snares here and there. Had to play it by hand for sure. Did that record? Tell me that recorded. I don't think we need that reverb snare. Now we got to figure out some kind of drum, whether it's a hand drum or I don't know. We're gonna figure it out. I think we need something like this. 2, 4, 1, 2, 3, down, down, 1. So record this in. 2, 3. All right, so we could probably use a little more percussive stuff. What, does the MPC work? Let me figure this out, y'all. Hold on. So we recorded some samples on the MPC sample, and these are just random. I don't even know if they're in the same key. But what I'm gonna do is sample off of this into the mic, like some noises he made. But I'm gonna sample it into the microphone. Yeah, it's you. It's your voice. I'm gonna record it in, so we don't have to like. Hold on, but you're being loud. Hold on. You gotta be quiet, but hold on. Hold on. Give me a second, okay? Let's try his other chant here. Yeah, hold on, bud. Almost done. I gotta figure out these other chops here. We're gonna use that as a snare. Here you go, bud. Alright, so we definitely got some fire in there somewhere. Man's got his own chant. You guys will get the project files for free. I feel like we need some like heavy percussion on this one for it to keep moving. Let's try his other chant here. Just gonna add that little. So notice we're not trying to be perfect with these like samples. That's what makes it sound like. I gotta figure out these other chops here. So I'm gonna layer these as a snare. Only thing, how are we gonna do that with the snare? Let me see. We're gonna make this unique as a sample. Double click in here, and we're gonna find it. Let me mark it as snare so I can find it. Snare. We're gonna double click, go to the channel rack, find that snare sample. I need to go to the snare pattern. Go to audio, hit Alt up. What you want? All right, then we need to add this to a group. I think you go drop down here, group selected, sort by. I forget how to group this thing. Yeah, group selected, and then put it into. Never mind. I think we have to create a different group. I don't know how to make this one with the snare. So because I don't know how to do it, we're just gonna do all and just do it this way. So all I'm gonna do is take the snare timing, copy and paste it onto that, and then we're just gonna edit the sample so it's not like a big gap. So now it goes like that. I might do percussion by my hands, like with my hands. We have a couple shakers. You wanna go downstairs and get those shakers? Okay, he ain't answering. He's playing the MPC with his feet. Yeah, the pink shaker. It's perfect for this beat. Yeah, you know which ones I'm talking about? Buddy made a banger. Subscribe if you think this is a banger. What do you want, son? You want to play piano? Switch the keys. Let's switch it to let's do keyboard. Can you hear? You gotta put your headphones on. Where's your headphones? There they are. You can't hear it. Man is out here no headphones. You gotta get your headphones. Find your headphones. Yeah, now we're cooking. Alright, we need some kind of kick that can fill out this beat. This beat is very like, it needs some kind of like heavy percussive element. You want to grab him real quick? I'm glad I checked my stream deck. The thing was still on full screen. Y'all would have saw my big head for another 20 minutes. So now we just got to figure out a kick that goes with this. Since this is very rhythmic, normally I would play stuff by hand, but I don't have my percussion on hand. But it needs like hand drums. So now we got to go into our stash to find some hand drums. I don't know if we're going conga, bongo. I kind of want to do something like that, but to do that, trying to think how that would even be possible. I would have to open these up in FPC and create a choke group, it's called, because they need to cut each other off. So the reason you guys hear stuff different in the browser is because it's cutting itself off when it plays another sound. That's why it sounds different than when you play it in the channel rack. So we're going to open up the FPC. We're going to go to empty. We're going to drag these samples in. I think you could hit Alt to hold both windows open. So hit Alt. Now you can see these samples. We're going to drag them to a pad per. Hopefully this doesn't crash FL because this crashed before. So save. And now we need to set the cut group. So we're going to go cut by, put 0 in this case, just any number. And then this one's going to be 0. So now when I play these notes on the keyboard, which I'm going to do now by clicking here, hitting a note, And let me see here. Let's just do C5. Make sure my MIDI's turned on. I think I turned it off. Let's turn off the keyboard. Man, recording is so much work. Okay, so press a note, click here, go to last hit, and then we could do the same thing for this pad. Hit a note, and then it should read the note I hit. So that's what I'm going to try to do for this. Sorry, let me turn the metronome on because it's hard to do this. Also, we're in the wrong pattern. So let's make sure we're not in that pattern. I'm going to make sure my mic's not recording. All right, don't think we need that track here. Man, FL. You need a better workflow. Okay, here we go. Let's turn the metronome on. Up the timing. I gotta do it one more time because I messed up the timing. I'm gonna loop that so I don't have to keep playing that. Now it's a little sluggish, so I don't know if I'm gonna keep that. It makes it feel like like a little too swingy. I don't know if I like that. So like stuff like this I treat like a snare drum, and deeper tones I treat like a kick. So that's how I'm thinking. Let's add a little bit of these layer the snare. So it keeps the song moving. 1, 2, 3. We need something that goes 1, 2, 3. Maybe like a stick. Yeah, so use like a little stick like this. A new pattern. 1, 2, tap, tap, tap. It's always something. Forgot to mention on 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. 1, 2. Let's see if we can make this a little more musically rich. I can't think of any chords outside of just the B minor triad. So even though this is out of key as crap, this like tonal synth thing, it just adds like a realism to the sound. I'll turn it up. And all this is my son just hammering on notes, but it sounds actually pretty dope as a texture. That's the weird sound we need. We just need that digital, something different than the Neptunes would use, something super left field. That's the left field sound that we need. We're just playing B minor, C major. missed the downbeat there, y'all. I think my mic is still recording. Let's turn that off. All right, so FL is a little sloppy when it comes to recording. It's just all over the place. So, let me just start from the beginning, and I'll just add it in, and we'll remove stuff that we don't need. So the beat's feeling a little triplety, so I'm gonna have to create contrast and make it not feel as triplety of a bounce. So let's focus on the right side as the music-y side. So we need something to go like or 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4. We either need to double down on the triplets like 1 2 3 1 2 3, or we need to create that 1 2 3 4 sound. Alright, so I found the sound there. I think I just got to nail the performance part. That's the hard part, is getting the notes right. But I'm just going to loop record until we get it right. Of course, when I hit record, it's like, it does the wrong thing. So I just happened to get it right on the first time. That was luck. So let's use this as a contrast. It'd be better if this had like a stereo field, like left, right type thing. I want to open up a plugin called Pan Man. It may crash FL though, so let's just see if it crashes FL. Hopefully it doesn't. Pan Man. I've noticed if you just pause the audio, it has a better chance of opening up. All right, there we go. We're gonna do left, right. I learned this from Dante from the group called They. So now it's left, right, left, right. That timing could have been better. I think what happens is when I record, there's a latency, and I think it's throwing my audio off just by like a hair. Maybe not. Maybe I just play fast. I don't know. All right, now let's keep adding that musical. Alright, so now we need to pull over elements on the hook. One thing about adding instruments is they're very sustained. We need more rhythmic, pointy sounds. So I'm just having his random babble as like background texture. Oh, that's him saying I love you. That's dope.
I love you.
So we're just gonna have that just subconsciously in the background. Now we still need more pointy things because right now it's very sustained sounding. I feel like we still need that like percussion rhythm, something again pointier. Alright, some of these are still routed to this mic, so I gotta figure out which one. Man, FL, just be easier. So anything routed in like the hundreds is stuff that's not routed, so I'm just gonna hit Control L on anything that's 120, 119. Because that should be routed elsewhere. All these, highlight these as a block, hit Control L. Technically, I could have just highlighted everything. Right, now let's see if we can get that snare to pop. What are the odds the mic drop landed on the kick? Like that is such a random, listen to this track here. And the fact that it landed exactly where kick should be. It's my son just randomly dropping the mic. That's so random. We're gonna keep it though. It's almost like I'm hearing him, but it's the recording. He recorded himself like in the room somewhere. So when I hear it in the record, I'm thinking he's in the room. So all these atmospheric things do add up. What I might do is add guitar. So there's a mic on the floor. And what I might do is record into the mic on the floor. That's what I'll do. Now there's no mic stand. We're just recording. Literally the mic is on a little rug. Check. So I'm just gonna record random stuff. I'm on the floor so you guys don't see me on the webcam, but just listening for random guitar. All right, let's record this in. Check. You already know what time it is. Dirty Sound. Represent. Live. 610 to the 319. To the 305. Alright, so now we got random vocals. Hopefully I recorded all that. Alright, that was a lot of recording, y'all. So basically in the beginning I had to basically put the mic on the MPC, so there's a lot of background knocking around. We're gonna leave that, however, because I want to see if that creates a nice texture. It may or may not, we'll see. And then I played some kind of 2-note chord there, and then I played little like percussive stuff on the guitar. So I gotta sort these takes. So the first thing I want to do is figure out which take is which. So we got, and the easier way is to turn these up so we could actually hear. So this is me just like messing around. So I'm gonna consider this a Foley layer. Check, mic check. You already know what time it is. So somehow that random mic drop just landed perfectly. What are the odds of that happening though? That's great. Alright, so that texture is just all Foley. Alright, let's see what the next layer is. Alright, so here's the chord. Let's stereoize this. We could use chorus, but let's use. Actually, if we make it too left to right, it's gonna make it seem too sustained. Just leave it as is. What I want to do though, I think I played the same thing. Let's pan this one to the left and then pan one to the right. Let me see what this take is here. I guess that was that. So what I'm going to do is, because I don't have two takes, I'm going to chop this one in half and just layer, make one side unique and then turn this to the right side. And that will be that take. Just gotta line these up. I think I chopped too much. Yeah, I chopped the bar off of the thing. Whoops. All right, so let's chop it right here. Now this one I gotta make grouped with this one. So it's 39. So I gotta double click that small piece. Wait, is the whole thing 39? Okay, my dumb self didn't route it, make it unique as sample. So either way. All right, so now let's click in here. That one's to the right. This one's gonna be to the left. This one should also be to the left. Oh, that's right. I grouped them on the same thing. That's right. A little time difference. So I'm going to hit Alt to line these up. And the thing is, the left and the right ear difference is going to create ear grabbing and stuff. Yo, I'm recording with a mic on the floor. No acoustic treatment really, except for the walls. It's not like some crazy recording environment. I'm going through an SM58. On the floor, on the rug, playing a guitar with the airplanes in the background. So, I mean, you can get a decent recording. So here's the recording. I think the air helps too, that little like noise. Gonna turn off the bass for now. I think the bass is the thing that's a little too sustained, but we'll see. So I think I'm trying to figure out which layer is which here. Here's why I'm just doing a little rhythmic transient stuff. Now this layer with the percussion, I think we have to chop out the second half. Either that or let's try to stereoize it. It's kind of hard to hear by itself. I'm just gonna turn it up. It might be a little too much. I don't know. Probably we're just missing that bass. I feel like the chant might be too loud. Let's just turn up the rhythms. Cut out the lows. There's one rhythm too much and I can't figure out which one it is. bass. We might have to redo the bass. Let's take out the vocal. It's hard to tell where the next bar is right here. Let's see if this works. It may or may not. Let's see. I feel like we need a stronger snare. Like a faster snare and a stronger snare. Let's find a snare. Alright, so we gotta figure out which snare we want. It just needs something to move it forward. We gotta add the chimes. I feel like the bass just needs to go 1, 2, 3, and then gap. I think it's just playing too many notes. I think that's what it is. It's playing too many notes. Yeah, that's what it is. Alright, so now let's mute the bass. There we go. I think that's what was holding up the rhythm. Anything we could add more sounds in here. So my ear keeps hearing like a high pitched lead. Just add that in. So we're going to the Moog for this one. I'm gonna turn up the channel so you guys can hear it. That's what my ear's hearing. So let's add that in. Like I said, I think we need like a stronger like boom, ka sound. I feel like the snares are just too in the background. Might just have to turn up the snare. Also, I think the snare could be truncated. So let's go to the snare, make it shorter, and give it an envelope. So if I remember correctly, I played this with MIDI, which means if I let the note go, it will stop the sample. And that small cutoff adds that groove. I just realized we don't have a kick drum, that's what it is. My bad, y'all. I have to redo it because I had the wrong length. This is hard to measure. So 2 to, let's just put it over here somewhere. All right, so I had the kick right. It just was one like bar short. So all these sounds aren't routed. Let's hit Control L. Let's go back to empty. Let's record this. This video has to be an hour long. Recording just takes so long. Here we go. So now we got that. All right, so I can't think of any other instruments we need for this. Everything else is really just adding layers to the harmony or, you know, just more movement in the rhythm. I think we still need more percussion. So I'm just going through my keyboard sounds and see what kind of percussion sounds we can find. I feel like this beat doesn't want kicks in it. I feel like it wants heavy percussion but not kicks. Can't tell if it wants kicks, but let's add more percussion. Maybe with the percussion, the kick will make sense. I feel like we need some kind of percussion to speed the beat perception up. It's too slow. It's like boom, 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 and he's like like that. So I think that's what's missing is we need to contrast the slower percussion with something faster. So I'm gonna use my keyboard to find some sounds. missing. So let me just record that in. A little hard to play that consistently all the way through. I'm not sure that's even gonna translate. Did it not? I was like, did it not record? So now we can hear all the inconsistencies and timings now that I'm playing this. So let me mute the guitar percussion for now. Now we need to be a little more restricted in terms of rhythmic things. So now I'm going to go through and either start gating the rhythmic things or cutting them short every now and again to create gaps, or just removing them or silencing them. Let's turn these guitars down. So this needs to be done. We needed that fast to slow contrast. The beat was just feeling too sluggish. So very hard to do when you have to play everything by hand. So here's what I'm going to do for I'm going to show you guys how microscopic I'm getting. So that then I'm going to chop it like at the half beat maybe. Let's see. So I'm going to chop the very end so it creates a gap. So all these little things are creating mutes, and that's going to add that push-pull. So we got to do that per thing. So let's do it up here. So right here, it's a little, ooh, deleted the whole beat just now. Why is that even a thing? Let's hit save. So that little da-da-da, and then it mutes. So we're gonna do this per thing. There's so many things going on. Let me mute each layer. That was hard. That is hard. That was so hard. Even did 1, 2, 3. That's crazy. 3-co. That's hard. There's something in here that sounds like plastic. Oh, that sounds a voice. Okay. So again, I'm applying this philosophy to all the areas. So I might even chop right here. So that little drop off is going to add that ear gripping effect. now our ear's gonna grip on more of the transients as we fill those gaps. Let me turn this off. It's a little hard to hear stuff. This is a lot of work, you guys. How long is this video? An hour? This is so much work. So we need to kick is way out of place. Let's get rid of the kick for now. For some reason I just can't get the kick to land right. So we definitely need some more. Where are these tracks, FL? They're like tracks playing. I don't even know where they got recorded to. Is it this one? No. Where is it at? Bruh. Here it is. Alright, now it's loading. We just need more movement, more percussive movement. Something like that. So we need that something that's on the 4 so that it contrasts with the triplet stuff. sound, but little rain stick or whatever that's called. Forgot about those things. I don't know, y'all. It's missing some kind of percussion, and maybe it's just missing vocals. I know it's missing bass and a kick, but I want to get the percussion before I start doing. There we go. I just had to turn one of those layers down. Let's bring some of these rhythms over. Chime's a little delayed. I feel like it just needs like a solid snare. Where's our snare? We have so many layers, y'all. Alright, we're gonna bring in the vocal. 3, 3, 4, 1, 2. Where's our snare, y'all? What happened to the snare? Did I delete the snare? Or is it over here somewhere? So we need like maybe a snap would be better instead of a snare. We just need a sound. I don't know where snaps are. Who has snaps in their kit? Snaps. Shout out to Make Pop Music. Let's use a snap. Good old snap. That's what we need, a snap. I could technically do a snap in the mic. Just record my own mic. Yeah, it actually might be sounding better. Hold on, let me record this in. So I'm gonna double it up and pan one left, one right, so it creates a stereo. So I feel like the authentic recording fits better because we have all these textural layers in here. There's so many audio tracks in here. So let's call it snap. Let's hit Control L. Let's record another layer. So I've recorded that way because I've recorded some close, some further away. It's called the Snap 2. Pan this one to the right. Alright, so these snaps aren't as full as I thought they would sound. So we might have to add a clap, like a hand clap in here. Let's add some hand claps. So the interesting part about recording stuff by hand like this is the inconsistencies in volume and the way that it actually sounds. So I'm glad we're recording this one by one. Let's do another layer though, because that was kind of weak. Let's pan that one to the left, hit Control L. Let's see what it sounds like first. It's amazing how thin these sound. All right, let's record again. Now in the room, those sounded big, but I don't know what they sound like on the mic. So they could probably sound thin as crap. Let's pan that to the right. So that one's a little more tonal. Let's see what it sounds like. It's crazy how like in my ear it's like pow, and then on the mic it's like bloop. Because these just sound like water, I'm gonna have to layer these with the regular snap sample that's processed. Then we can sit here and process those claps, but I just don't have time for all that. As we're 3 hours into this beat. All right, it's tons of audio in here. I don't even know how big the project file is. It's probably gonna be like 20 gigs. So this shows like sound design is a thing. So it's a little offbeat here and there. Now let's see if we can go find a better bass sound. That's like that full sound of this bass, even though I'm probably going for more truncated bass. Let's just go for more of a sustained sound. It's like how full this bass sounds from the Prophet 6. I keep forgetting the dang on metronome, man. Let's do this again for the 80th time.
I
think we got that good take at the end when I added that like extra little aftertouch. It gave us that like young nigga move that dope type. It's just a different style bass than your average. So I like that take. Let's record that. Now hopefully it lines up throughout the track. Now again, we're going to do that half beat trick where we cut out half beats every now and again. See how the energy's in the track now? We just need more like. I'm going to be a little more quantized in my approach here. Let's just do this because we got to move fast here, y'all. It's been darn near 2 hours on this. This is the difference between playing by hand and quantizing everything. See how it kind of drifts a little bit? So I'm going to manually just line that bass up so it's not drifting. And to line it up, we're going to use quarter beats and half beats to line this up. So I'm chopping it and then looking at the grid to help me line up. I think it's the guitar that's lagging. There's like a ding. I gotta find that guitar. So it's not the bass, it's the guitar. Alright, so this right here. It's throwing off the perception of the timing. Man, so many little details. Let's pull this guitar back like a little bit to the alt. Let's drag it up. So with those gaps, now we feel that push and pull effect. I'm gonna try to tune his vocal. What he'll sound like when he's older. Maybe it's the da da da. So let's pull these over. It's just a little bit. Dang, it was like perfectly in the pocket. The only part is the da da da. I could chop that and move all of them. That might fix the groove a little bit and make it sound less sluggish. Let's test it, and if it works, it works. If it not gonna trip on it. I think that's what it is. It's that laxed da 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 that makes it sound very like smooth, I'll say. So all these little, this is what I'm saying, learning production is about all of these microscopic timing differences, and that's what separates people who are really, really, really good at rhythms from beginners. Is like people who are really into it can detect like a 5 millisecond difference, or even 2 milliseconds. happens if we delay the hi-hats a little bit. It might be too sluggish. It's way too sluggish. I feel like now it's in the pocket though. So that pocket's way, you know, this pocket's, you know, time shifted almost more than 50%. I forgot we were layering the bass, so that's why it sounds kind of chaotic right now. Let's turn off the original bass. So I'm gonna start panning this little, so we could actually hear it. That way it's not like 7,000 things in the middle. There's a part where he's like that, I think it's this one. Oh, that is, I guess. Just gotta figure out which. Alright, so that wasn't meant to be in the beat, but it sounded cool. I'm gonna mute it for now because I don't think it had a purpose. Gotta figure what this is. It's a mic drop, we don't need that either. So these weren't even meant to be in the arrangement. I feel like we should do the same thing with the hi-hats. How are we gonna do this? Let's print the hi-hats. And this way we can treat it like audio by simply just chopping it every, you know, half beat or quarter beat, whatever it was. Let me make sure this thing's still recording. All right, cool. Almost 2 hours, an hour and a half on this track. So here I'm going to go to the snap the grid, go to 1/4 beat and chop, even though it's like nothing on the hi-hat, just chopping the air of it can add like a truncated feel. So that little mute. So I don't think it needed a gap over here. Just do it every other. So it looks like we have a note. It's right here. We gotta fix the bass because something got offset. Right here, it's like it just goes too fast, so we got to start lining this up. Like I said, y'all, the most microscopic of time differences can make a difference. I nudged this maybe 3 blocks over. So that it's just like little stuff like that. So it's not as rhythmic as I would want it, but see if we can find some more sounds up. So I kind of messed up in the beginning, but it sounds kind of cool. It goes dun 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 dun. It was supposed to be dun 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 dun, but it came off cool. So now let's just add musical stuff in here. So I like this groove better. So something on the left side is kind of effing up the groove. Maybe it's this layer. I don't know. Something on the left side is effing it up. It could be the guitars. Because they're like down when they kind of hold. So we don't know. The point is on the right side it sounds more rhythmic. Maybe because the snaps. So we're going to treat this like. The only sucky part is we have so much audio that I can't just like easily copy it and paste it over. But we do need 2 sections here. So let's go to snap to grid bar. We gotta find where the downbeat is, which should be right here. And I'm just gonna slice from bar 18 straight down. Do a vertical slice. So I don't really care what's on the left side. It doesn't really matter because it's not gonna click and pop as much. We could always fix that. And then we're gonna copy and paste this over. Now also I'm gonna right click this time and do a vertical slice. So any audio overlapping even by a small millisecond will get chopped off so that we can do perfect loops here. Boom. All right, so now we need to highlight. Grabbing our pencil tool, hit control, find that starting bar, which I forgot what it was already. Bar, man, this is tough. All right, bar 18. All right, boom. So now we're gonna go to bar 18, highlight everything vertically, hitting control. Make sure everything's selected. Again, we got like 80,000 tracks. And then we can hit control B because we just did a perfect slice. And I can do this 4 times and just create musical ideas throughout. So now I'm going to insert tracks where we're going to insert the music. So now I'm just going through presets. I forget, one of these tracks have my little DJ thing. Here it is down here. I kind of want this. I want to see what this sounds like. Check, mic check. You already know what time it is. Dirty South. Represent. I don't know if it's gonna fit or what. Check, mic check. You already know what time it is. Alright, so you can't even hear the vocals. They're so tight. Check, mic check. You already know what time it is. Dirty South. Is that a radio effect? Represent. Live. From the 610 to the 319. To the 305. Yeah, let's keep. Yeah, this is dope. I'm gonna record a little bit more. I don't even know what to say. H-time going down. H-time. Here we go. H-time. I said like that. H-time. Here we go. Live. From the 610 to the 319. To the 305. H-time. It's going down. Right. All right, I'm just doing random stuff here. May work, it may not. All right, let's send it to track 42. I feel like that's just a funny thing to say. Live. From the 610 to the 319. To the 305. It's going down. Riding stabs on the hill. H-time. It's going down. It's going down. Riding stabs on the hill. I feel like this needs a solid. From the 610 to the 319. To the 305. H. like the bass is just. Oh, that's what it is. That's too repetitive.
Check, mic check. You already know what time it is. Dirty South. Represent. Live. From the 610 to the 319. The 305. Check, mic check. You already know what time it is. Dirty South.
Alright, so now it's starting to feel like a song. Like the energy's there, just gotta get the music there.
From the 610 to the 319.
So I'm gonna do like a bass slide with the bass.
Represent. Live. From the 610 to the
That's gonna be dope. So put that in.
Represent. Live. From the Dirty South. Represent. Live. From the 610 to the 319.
I didn't slide up the bass, so it should be like boo like that, and I messed it up. So let's try it again. Check.
Check. You already know what time it is. Dirty South. Represent. Live. From the 610 to the 319.
Alright, so it wasn't the smoothest thing because I don't have a sustain pedal plugged up.
Check. You already know what time it is.
Good enough.
From the 610 to the 319. The 305.
So now I'm gonna do little ad-libs like Pharrell would do.
Check, mic check. You already know what time it is. Dirty South. Represent. Live. Check, mic check. You already know what time it is. Dirty South. Represent. Live. From the 610 to the 319. The 305.
Alright, not the greatest, but I just want to hear what it sounds like. It's like that.
Check, mic check.
Let's do another one. Just ring. Don't you want it, baby?
Check, mic check. You already know what time it is. Dirty South. Represent. Live. From the 610 to the 319. The 305.
Oh, that was a bad one. We're gonna pan these left and right. Let's see what it sounds like.
Check, mic check. You already know what time it is. Dirty South. Represent. Live. From the 610 to the 319. The 305.
It's a little out of key, but whatever. So I'll leave it. Trying to think what melody to go with.
Check. You already know what time it is. Dirty South. Represent. Live.
This is ad-lib random
Check.
like.
Check, mic check. You already know what time it is. Dirty South. Represent. Live. From the 610 to the 319. The 305. 305.
That may or may not work. I don't know. Let's do it one more time though. Tucking.
Check, mic check. You already know what time it is. Dirty South. Represent. Live. From the 610 to the 319. The 305.
Like the other one wasn't even tonal. What the frick was I doing? I don't know if that's even gonna work. Let's just do one left, one right. Good old fashioned. Hit Control L on that thing. Control L on that thing. Boom. Alright, so let's see what these sound like.
Check live. Live. From the 610 to the 319. Represent. Live. From the 610 to the 319. The 305.
Now can we do another layer? Let me see.
Check, mic check. You already know what time it is. Dirty South. Represent. Live. From the 610 to the 319. The 305.
I don't even know how I hit that octave. Let's record it again.
Check, mic check. You already know what time it is. Dirty South. Represent. Live. From the 610 to the 319. The 305.
So even if it's a little out of key, just them being different is fine. All right, we're gonna pan one left, one right. So I normally, like on my old songs, I would do like 20 harmonies. For this one, we just don't have time to be recording for another 3 hours here, y'all. Let's just hear this little.
Check, mic check. You already know what time it is. Dirty South. Represent. Live. From the 610 to the 319. The 305. From the 610 to the 319. Live. From the 610 to the 319. The 305.
All right, so let's just find some more synth stuff.
610 to the 319. The 305.
Now I'm just trying to debate how loud I want that main vocal sample.
Dirty South.
Forgot the hi-hats on the second half. The beat feels better without the hi-hats. But when you don't have those snaps, it doesn't make sense. So I'm gonna keep the hi-hats over here. I don't think they'll fit on the other side. Maybe, let's try it.
Check, mic check. You already know what time it is. Dirty South. Represent. Live. From the 610 to the 319. To the 305.
Hi-hat's it's too cluttered. So, still seeking for sounds to add here. This track is so dense. I just kind of want to turn off the bass just to hear what it sounds like.
You already know what time it is. Dirty South. Represent. Live. From the 610 to the 319. To the 305. I don't know, this may or may not work. It's a little too dark sounding. Check, mic check. You already know what time it is. Dirty South. Represent. Live. From the 610 to the 319. To the 305. Just add this in the back. It's not like a make or break type sound. You can barely hear it anyway.
Alright, so random synth right here, I'm gonna mute it because I have no idea. I thought that was me playing with this some random misplaced bass there. So we have a lot, guys. I'm just gonna, this video has to be near 3 hours. This is like a lot. So it's a little 15-minute idea. It turned into a 2-hour thing. But let's just hear what it sounds like. Let me get rid of some of these guitars. That small little guitar is adding a lot to this. So I'm saying all these little things add up. I might redo the bass because right here we're doing a whole different thing. We're playing B minor and then F sharp. So I might re-record that actually so it fits. So you know, the section's a little more, a little more sustained and linear. Where'd the bass go? This has disappeared. Heck. Oh, I guess because I turned it down. So this is more like smooth. But see how much stuff it took to get to this groove? A lot of stuff. I feel like we should bring back the where's the bass? Where did the bass go? I think there's the bass. Oh, no, that's not the bass. Of course, I lined it up wrong. Oh, man. See what it sounds like if I duplicate this hook.
Talking like she ain't got love. Love for you. Just me.
It's too smooth for that. Still need like the heavy drum, like dum 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 dum, something like that. But all right, let's just see what we have. I'm not gonna produce any more. This is crazy. Any more to this track, I mean.
Check. You already know what time it is. Dirty South. Represent. Live. From the 610 to the 319. To the 305.
Talking like she ain't got love for you.
I was adding that little analog depth to it.
Check. You already know what time it is. Dirty South. Represent. Live. From the 610 to the 319. To the 305.
So the cool thing about analog is you don't need to push the bass. So I'm gonna actually pull down the bass to make it fit.
Live. From the 610 to the 319. To the 305. Check, mic check. You already know what time it is. Dirty South. Represent. Live. From the 610 to the 319. To the 305. From the 610 to the 319 to the 305. Check, mic check. You already know what time it is. Dirty South. Represent. Live. From the 610 to the 319. To the 305.
So as you guys can see, there's plenty of room to take it further. I will give you guys the project files for free. Just go to busyworksbeats.com/FL Studio. If you want to learn how to make beats like the pros, go to busyworksbeats.com/premium. Peace out, guys.